Hi, it's the Powerful Communication Podcast. I hope things are well with you. This is Colin Kelly from Comsteria. We're busy. I'm just off running some presentation skills training, just finished up. But before that, I was reading on my phone about Olivia Dean, who's one of my favourite artists at the moment, and her album The Art of Loving is on my Christmas list. I want the physical CD. I've listened to a lot of it on streaming, but she's doing some amazing live performances. And I was thinking about Olivia Dean, and in particular, this wonderful piece of activism, I suppose you might call it, that she's done over the last week, taking on the big companies, Ticketmaster and the big concert promoters, about the resale tickets. So Olivia Dean is going on tour. She's got some big tour dates coming up next year, and she was appalled that, just after they'd gone on sale, they start turning up on these secondary resale markets, some of which are actually owned by the big ticket groups and some of the promoters and the venues and so on. And the day that it happened, so within hours of the fans saying, "Oh God, I wanted tickets and it's £600, it's £3,000," within hours of that happening, she was right on saying, this isn't going to stand, this has to change, I'm having no part in this. And that was a week ago. She's back on today saying, right, we can't change the whole industry, but certainly the websites that are owned and controlled by Ticketmaster itself and AEG itself, they've agreed now to refund to face value anyone that paid over the odds, and they're going to cap the resale at prices. Done and dusted, tidied up, put right within a week, because Olivia Dean used her power. One of the really interesting things about Olivia Dean is, I don't know enough about her to know if she's always done this. She's alluded to the fact that maybe she hasn't always been like this, but she learned pretty quickly earlier in her career about using her power. A lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people say, well, I will wait until I've achieved X, Y, Z, until I get there. Then I'll make the world a better place. Then I'll do the right things. Once I'm safe, once I'm far enough up the beach that the tide's not going to get me when it comes in. I heard somebody actually describing it to me like that once. He said, I just hope I'm far enough up the beach by the time this change comes. And one of the things I've learned is, don't wait till you're there. The peace and success and happiness, fulfillment doesn't come once you've made it. It comes now. It comes at any time. You might not always get what you want. Now, clearly, somebody like Olivia Dean, she's made it. She's in a powerful position. Arguably, there's a take on that you could say, well, God, she's got more to lose, and maybe it's harder for her to use her power. One of the things that makes her so successful and so compelling and so admired and loved by people, her fans, is that she uses that power and has always used it. And what I would say to you, whatever position you're in your organization or in business or in life, is when it comes to communicating, step into it, use that power. Don't think, oh, well, I'm just here and I have to do it like this, or I'm talking to the board and they want this, and this, and I can't do that. Think about, who's the most powerful communicator on the planet, in all of society. Who's the most powerful communicator? It is the hungry or tired baby. The crying baby is the most powerful communicator that any of us will ever come up against, because they're driven by instinct. They're driven by an instinctive need. They're driven simply by survival. And that gives them an irresistible power that you can't ignore. You can try, but you won't ignore it. It's the same for us. If we can find and tap into that primal, it probably won't be a survival instinct, but something primal. Why am I doing this? What is it I want? What is my purpose? And lean into that power. And don't sacrifice your values, and don't think, oh, I'll make it and then I'll start doing everything right. Then I'll flex my muscles. Then they'll get the real me. We need to get the real you now. That's what's made Olivia Dean and many others before her so successful, is they recognise, hang on a minute, I've got power now. I can say no. I can decide who I work with. I can take control. They've asked for this. Well, they're not going to get this. They're going to get this. You'll often find that when you do that, when you start living like that, that these insurmountable challenges will actually look a bit easier. Tyranny will fall when we stand together and we tap into our power. And change can come very, very quickly just by simply saying, no, I'm not going to do that. No. So that's my little lesson for today. Thank you very much for listening.